Hey guys, Trey Brownfield here, your host for Keeping It Local. Today we're in Old Town at the Old Town Soda Shop here on Kuzan and First Street in the heart of Slidell. So today we're here behind the scenes. We're going to see what is all happening here at the Old Town Soda Shop in Slidell, and we hope that one day you come and see what all they have to offer. Let's go inside. Hey Angela, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Trey?
Great, great, great. Well, first and foremost, thank you for letting us be here today. I'm excited. Just walking in, this reminds me, or brings me back in time, I should say, to a very special time in our history where families would come together and come to ice cream shops and get special things. But looking forward to getting a little behind the scenes today,
absolutely.
seeing and highlighting everything that y'all do here. So let's talk about what we have in store for today.
All right. Well, today I want to highlight a little bit about what we do. We make our own ice cream here, which is not something that a lot of people do anymore. We just took a trip to the beach and they had all these signs everywhere, homemade ice cream. We walked into every shop and asked them, do you make your ice cream? And they're like, no, we don't make our ice cream. I'm like, well, how do you say it's homemade?
Right.
The company says homemade on the box, so that's why. But we actually make our own ice cream here. And the ingredients that are in the ice cream, if it's the Nola praline flavor, I make the pralines that go into the ice cream. So we're not only making the ice cream, we're also making the ingredients that go into it as well. We do have at least 2 non-dairy flavors every week. So it would be a sorbet, kind of like an Italian ice. So we change those up with different types of fruits. I think this week we have a margarita and we have a lemon ice, but then that'll change weekly. So we have over 300 flavors. So, we only have about 26 spots, 28 spots. So it changes every week on what we have.
Wait, you just said 300 flavors.
Yes.
Out of all of them, what's number one for you?
Vanilla.
Well, for you, is that your favorite?
For me, turtle cheesecake.
Turtle cheesecake. All right.
Yes.
Well, even standing right here, it's just so nostalgic. Everything that is brought back, the candies here, the decorations, the menu. There's so many things that I look forward to diving into today and talking about. And so we encourage people to come and highlight your business and come try it out for themselves. So.
A lot of people, one thing they always ask is, where are all the scoops? When Mr. Frank first opened the place in 1988, he had scoops everywhere, but that was his personal collection. So he let me pick about 200 and keep about a little over 200.
Are you trying to grow, or are you buying on as you see some somewhere?
I will pick them up occasionally if I see different or interesting ones, but that was kind of Mr. Frank's thing, so I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be our thing.
I hear you.
But we do have plenty here, and one of my employees actually told me a man came in the other day and was sad that he realized all the scoops were gone, and then he looked up there and realized the one he brought Mr. Frank 30 years ago was still hanging up there.
Still there.
So
this has been an ice cream shop
since 1988.
Since 1988.
And
okay.
before that, that I know of, it was Giordani Buckley Shoes. The shoe store was down here, and the family actually lived upstairs.
Okay.
So what we use for our upstairs now is actually birthday parties. So I have 2 party rooms and 2 restrooms for you upstairs. The only downside of it is being upstairs is, with being an older building, it is only staircase access. We don't have an elevator, because this building we don't even know how old at this point. But there's plenty of space up there. The kids have a good time.
We're at over 30 years of this being an ice cream shop here in Slidell, in the heart of Slidell, in downtown, Old Town Slidell, I guess you could say.
Mr. Frank was one of the first people to really try to bring Old Town back. The soda shop was one of the only things down here.
For a long time.
88, for a long time.
Yeah.
So then it just started slowly building over that.
So I'm sure Mr. Frank opening up in 1988, you have to have people who come in here and are like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, and now they're bringing their kids. And that's got to be special to you as the owner of continuing that legacy.
I have pictures of my kids when they were in a booster chair and a high chair at that table right there, and now they're 12 and 14 and they work here with us. So it definitely is, a continuing thing of having their parties here when they were younger. Now they're coming and having their kids' parties here. And Mr. Frank was kind enough to leave me all the Polaroids he used to take of the little kids when they had birthday parties here. So now I'm able to find the parents' pictures from when they were here, when they were little kids. It's really awesome.
Well, awesome. Well, let's dive in and let's go see what we're gonna do.
All right, sounds good.
So here we are in y'all's arcade room. Obviously, we got pinball, we got a bunch of fun games, but this draws my attention.
Yeah, this one's
These
different.
two actually draw my attention, but let's talk about this one first. So tell me a little bit about this one, and how it works and the history of it.
We're interested in different, rare, and unusual. I think there's only 3 of these left in the country. This was a Brunswick that made this, I think is what Josh said, but it was from 1976. And it's kind of it's a electrical mechanical, so it's got the mechanical workings, but it's also, you know, obviously electrical. But these are almost like giant puzzle pieces. And it says block, shoot, pass. The different ones you press move different things. Stick a quarter in. Play it. There it goes. So
All
then,
right. So we're gonna
So
try this.
pass it, and I'm gonna score on you.
Oh.
So you gotta pass it this way.
Oh!
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I should have blocked that one.
Hey, you gotta move faster. I know how to play this game.
Man.
There you go. All right, I'll let you shoot one. Oh, I blocked your shot.
There we go.
You scored
I scored on myself.
There you go. Oh, you're catching up.
Mm.
Oh. No.
So just imagine, like, 19. This is a piece of history right here that we're
This is older
playing
than
on.
me.
Older than you.
I was born in 78, and this was from 76.
So you won.
22 to 16.
Congratulations.
Fair fight, fair fight.
Well,
But
thank
this one's
you.
really fun. The whole point about this is we don't have any TVs in here. We
Mhm.
want people to be able to play and engage with their kids and family and spend time with
Absolutely.
each other and not just stare at your phone or stare at the wall.
Right.
There's so many things that you can play with and do and just spend quality time with your family.
Yeah,
That's
and I
basically
mean, a
what it's
quarter
about.
for a game is very reasonable.
That's what we've been trying to find more games that are a single quarter. You know, for the kids, obviously.
Absolutely. The families
Some of the
can come
pinball
in.
machines that are newer, you know, they're going to be a little bit more. But like this guy,
So yeah, let's talk about this one.
shootout. So the Chicago Coin Shootout game was something that was in the soda shop years ago. I know I have pictures of my 14-year-old who was then 4 or 5 at the time playing it. This was, of course, his favorite game. It was sold, and it's somewhere in Europe. This one, Lakeside Amusement actually found in their attic. This was the parts machine. It had caught on fire. My husband spent over 100 hours rebuilding it.
Wow.
There are no parts for it anymore, so everything had to be manufactured. It had an old tape reel in it that had the sounds, and you can't, it was like a 8-track. But obviously we can't use that anymore, so we converted to an MP3 player and made the new sounds and kind of copied some of the sounds that they had on there to make it the same. So there's some other parts that, you know, you can't get anymore. So we just had to manufacture it ourselves. And you can see in there, there's little pieces and parts that might look a little different because we handmade those little barrels because there are no little barrels anymore to find. This one's really old. I'll have to ask Josh about the date on this one. I can't even remember. But
So-
we can play it.
2 left
Yeah, 2 left
And
in
we
the
have-
world that I know of.
in the world that you know of, and we have one right here
Right
in
here in
Slidell,
Slidell.
Louisiana.
Yeah, it's very, very neat. It's hard to find these guys, but they're very cool, and I'll play it for you. This one, because it's a little older, it takes a minute. So you put it in, let it set, then you push for your credit. It'll roll down, the screen goes dark, and you're ready to play. So it'll start when you hit your first trigger. So I got this guy there.
There you go. You got him that time.
Oh,
You're a sharpshooter.
I try to be. Like, I've played this game a bunch of times. All right.
All right.
So that one was only a quarter, so that's a fun little game that you can play that's a quarter. This one we just picked up in Alexandria. We just changed the coin back yesterday, so we got a new one on here because it was jamming a little. But this one is actually bowling.
Okay.
So you take your quarter. These are really neat. But the quarter games, I think, are my favorite. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
There.
That was the 100, right?
I know.
That's what you want.
I've hit 100 a couple of times in here. Oh, it keeps wanting to take a hard turn to the right. I keep moving it. All right, let's try one more time. Running out of quarters in my package. Oh.
Oh.
So close to the 100. So close to the 100.
Well, this is pretty cool. How old do you think this machine is?
You know, this one is actually from the 80s, so it's not as old as this one. I think it was late 80s, early 90s. I mean, that's old compared to some of the other ones that we have in here.
Right.
I mean, you can see they get worn, but I think that gives it character. That's like my favorite part about these games.
Absolutely.
And the story they tell. When we take them apart and start cleaning them and repairing them and opening them up, like with Wonder Wheel, the new one we just got, when I took it apart, I found old tokens from Celebration Station from when I was younger.
Yeah.
I used to play it.
I went there as a kid.
Yes,
So,
I mean, you remember that place. That was a staple across the lake. So it's cool just seeing the history that they show when you go through them and start pulling out all the old parts and changing them up.
and then not only that, the parents can say, when I was I got this when I was a kid, and it
Yeah.
starts that conversation back into their childhood. And like
Oh,
you
yeah.
said, no TVs, nothing. It's parents and kids rebuilding relationships and making them stronger and all of those things. So these are great conversation
time.
pieces
Yeah.
for grandparents even.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of grandparents.
A
That
lot of
come.
grandparents. I know. I told you earlier that my grandmother. I took her here.
Yeah.
And she got a nectar soda, and just brought her back. And she says it brought me back to my childhood.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
what you guys do here really takes people back to a great time.
I think
in their
so.
lives.
Just a more simpler time
It really was.
where it was just quality time with your family, hanging out. You try to make it to where you're not rushing. Everything's a rush.
Right.
Everybody's on a time constraint. Everybody's got to go, go, go. The next thing, next thing. It's like just stop and enjoy it because you're going to blink and they're going to be grown and gone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, not to change the subject here, but I see we got pinball over here,
We do have lots of pinball.
and you have a Star Wars pinball.
We do. We
So-
have Star Wars pinball, Godzilla pinball. I think right now we have Congo and Stranger Things. That's a really good one.
Are we going to compete?
We can compete.
Let's try it.
All right, let me get some quarters.
All right, here we go.
All right.
One.
I'm playing Stranger Things. You're playing Star Wars.
Here we go. Choose a hero. R2D2.
My story is lit.
I gotta try to get it in the mouth.
I don't think the Force is with me right now. No!
Well, you're playing longer than I am. I had a tank's ball. Oh, here it goes.
Come on, R2, help me out. Uh-oh. I think I did something.
It was like balancing right on up there.
No!
Pinball is a little bit more expensive to play, but you get a longer play time.
Absolutely. You won.
I'm still playing? Tank.
So this section here, we have some nostalgic toys for kids where families can come in and purchase these, especially around the holidays. You're saying that's a big draw and push
Yeah,
for this.
Christmas time, Easter time, with Easter baskets and things like that. Holiday time, I'm usually fully stocked. Right now, we're getting closer to summer, so I don't have as many as I normally do, but we've had everything from Bigfoot action figures to the little wooden guns that shoot the rubber band, and I don't even think I have any left right now. But we have different kinds of little crafts and things that they can
Airplanes.
play, voice changers, paper airplanes, flying helicopters. I try to find a lot of the older stuff that, we had when we were younger.
Right?
Just simple things. Parachute guys, painting with water. Just fun, different stuff that you can find.
Absolutely. It just adds to what families can do. They can talk again about these toys when they were kids, bring it home,
Yes.
play with their kids with these toys and bring back those memories and things like that. This is
Yeah.
really cool.
We do it a lot of the old candy, the older toys. It's really, really neat, fun stuff when we can find it. Sometimes it gets hard to find, but you know.
Now, this has always been an ice cream shop since
Since
1988.
1988.
But you added something that families could do, get ice cream, and we
Play
can
mini
play
golf.
some mini golf,
Yes,
which
when
is
we
a
had the
highlight.
opportunity. Yeah, we had the opportunity. I want to say in the 80s, there was a bakery on that property that had burned down, and it basically had just been an eyesore. I don't think the family really wanted to sell for a long time, but then when times are changing,
Yep.
they put a sign out there one day and we jumped on it that second.
Absolutely.
We weren't sure what we were going to do with it at the time, but we knew, I mean, we were kind of short on space as it is here. But we had talked about doing mini golf. We had contacted a few different companies and they told us the lot was too small, we couldn't do it. So we decided to design it and do it ourselves.
Absolutely.
And we did. We fit all 18 holes out there. We've got a little water feature and a couple different things. Every year is going to be a new project, a new beautification project, a new thing. You know, you don't want to
Right.
throw it all out there all at once.
Absolutely.
We just kind of do a little bit each time.
And that corresponds with the parties. They can rent the room
Yes,
upstairs.
we
They can
rent
throw
the
the
rooms
parties.
upstairs. We do painting upstairs if they don't want to do outside things. And with Louisiana weather, it's hard to predict.
Absolutely.
So I don't have anybody booking things ahead of time that are outside. If we get to the day of and you're able to do it, yes. You know, I can't control the weather outside.
Absolutely.
So with mini golf, it's an add-on as well as painting. We do ice cream sundae parties with the kids, so the kids make their own ice cream
Make their
sundaes.
own. All right.
So they get their little scoop of ice cream, all their toppings, and they make their own sundaes. And we have old-fashioned party games that they play with them upstairs as well. So it's definitely try to keep everything more of the old-fashioned style, just keeping with the theme of the soda shop.
Absolutely. Well, let's go now. You beat me
Beach at
on
pinball.
at everything so far.
Oh, the basketball game
Okay,
too.
basketball
I did.
game and
I hate to
pinball.
tell you this, I might beat you at mini golf.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go try
Let's
it.
go try it.
So here we go. Our challenge to putt-putt.
All right.
Is this a big draw for you guys?
It is, especially when the weather's really nice.
So this is the only putt-putt place in Slidell.
Yes.
So this is something, if you want to take your kids and you want to play, this is a great place to come. Come get your ice cream, come grab lunch. You got the courtyard on the other side where families could sit out there and eat before showing the kids that they're going to go play
Yeah,
putt-putt.
absolutely. Save
So-
it to the end. And then on Mondays we do half off.
Half off
So
on Mondays.
half off on Mondays.
Okay, well
If you
that's
wanna
good
come
to
play.
know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's start. I'm not asking you to go easy on me.
All
okay?
right.
Let's go full steam ahead.
Full
But
steam
ladies first.
ahead.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So you're going to want to put your ball right around here. Line up your shots. Oh, okay, so this is mini golf. So you can have multiple people playing at the same time. Mini golf is a little bit different than putt-putt. So if you want to read the rules outside, we can go over it. But you can actually go, and then we'll go together. Because
Okay.
point of
I'll trust you. I
mini
trust
golf
you on
is
this.
to try to block your opponent. Like you could knock me out the way.
Or I
me
can knock you closer.
And that's the fun part about it too. You don't have to wait for that person to be done.
Okay. This is stressful. All right, there we go. Awesome. Go
So
ahead.
this one's gonna have a rocket on it eventually. We're gonna be redoing that whole back of the barn and doing like some space theme stuff, and so we've got a lot of plans. Oh, that one was way off.
All right, here's my chance.
All right.
Let's see.
The goose.
Yes!
And he got a hole in one. Did you
white.
get it?
You better have got that.
I know. I was like, you got a hole
All
in
right, so I
one.
got a hole in one.
Good.
Awesome.
That's awesome. The bricks that we used for the mini golf are all vintage Salmon Fritchie and St. Joe brick that we found under the ground.
Really?
When we were digging, it was part of the old foundation of the bakery that was here back, I guess, in the 60s and 70s. And then some of them were actually burnt because the bakery burnt down. So we were able to salvage some really old brick and put them around. Now they do get, you know, hit sometimes and hit with clubs, and we just ask parents to please watch them.
Yeah, so I mean, even this brings back, again, the nostalgia of what all you're trying to keep here.
That's what we wanted to do. You know, a lot of times when you go to mini golf courses, they'll be themed really wild and crazy, and we have lots of crazy things. And we do want to do some fun, different stuff, but we also didn't want it to be an eyesore. We wanted it to be a beautification project because this lot was dilapidated for so long. So we wanted to kind of look have the more New Orleans look to it. Maybe I don't want to say Storyland, but that whole just older, what is the word you think about? I can't even think of the word. Nostalgia. I mean, when I saw the caterpillar bench, it just reminded me of like a storybook. And so that's kind of how I wanted it to look,
Right.
just more older.
Absolutely.
But I even went through and put little hooks on all the holes. Some have broken over the past year, but I have to go back and put more. But these are purse hooks. This was the first thing I added because I like to play mini golf as well. But as moms, we're always carrying your bag and everybody else's stuff. And I was always putting my bag on the ground every mini golf course we went to. So
I would have never
put
thought about
purse
that, so
hooks.
good job.
So moms can play too.
All right, so on this shot, we got a drop here.
Yes.
All right.
So this is our second level one. So we've got a little drop. You kind of got to go through the chains to get down there. All right. See, it'll bounce off if you go too hard.
Oh, it did bounce.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm nervous at how hard I should hit it.
You did good. Ah.
Oops.
See, if you go too hard,
Too
you're
hard.
off the course, then you got to start over from the beginning anyway.
Okay, shot two. Number two, here we go.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh!
That was an in out. All right, let's see. We'll go this direction. There you go.
Can I move this away? Are there rules about this?
You can do a putt length.
A putt length away, okay.
There you go.
Any handicap I can
There you
get,
go.
I'll take, right? Yeah.
There you go.
Par three.
Par three. You hit
All
it,
right.
You hit it right at par.
Well, I say we do this. I say
Okay.
we head inside and try some of this great food that you have
All
here.
right, let's go.
So we have to talk about this piece.
This is Barry.
This is Barry.
Barry Bigfoot.
Barry Bigfoot. Okay, so why Barry?
He is just an eye catcher. And he's a little spooky scary, but not too much. I think the kids all love the fact that Bigfoot's out here, and we wanted to do something a little different than what you saw anywhere else. I know that the company that we got all of our concrete statues from, they make all concrete fountains and statues here in Slidell. But when they made Barry, they broke the mold. So they told me this is gonna be the last Bigfoot for a while unless they invest in another mold. So I'd like all the kids to please be careful with Barry, because he can't be replaced. They're
So-
not making him again.
Why the name Barry? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think
At
the kids
Bigfoot
just started
Barry.
at Bigfoot Barry.
Okay.
He turned into one of those things that even people at the tavern, and during festivals when we have large crowds of people, we've had to take people down off the top of Barry. So he's one of those things we just have to watch. Please
So
be
this
careful
is
with
not a
Barry.
Honey Island swamp
This
monster.
is not a Honey Island swamp
Okay.
monster. This is Barry the Bigfoot, and he's got giant feet and a kind of creepy face, but he likes to watch you play your first hole, so
There we
it's a
go.
little intimidating. But I've noticed that the kids are starting to hit him with their clubs and things, so just got to be careful with him because he can't.
We got to protect Barry.
We gotta
He's an
protect
endangered
Barry.
species.
He is. He gets beads during Mardi Gras. We put costumes on him sometimes to make him festive. This is Barry.
Well,
So we
awesome.
just got to be careful with Barry because we can't replace him. much lettuce do you like on your po' boy tray?
Hey, I'm not picky. This is a new addition to the menu.
Yes, we have cheeseburgers, fried chicken sandwiches, chicken tenders, foot-long hot dogs, shrimp baskets, a surf and turf burger. We have lots of different types of food. But we did add po' boys back. That was something Mr. Frank did. And so we wanted to bring it back. So we have a shrimp po' boy. We have a roast beef po' boy. We do a cheeseburger po' boy and a French fry po' boy as well.
French fry po' boy.
There you go. A little bit of roast beef debris in there.
That's right. Bringing it back.
And we're pretty quick. So normally when you go somewhere, you probably have to wait for, lunchtime when the kids are in school.
Right.
We can bust out some lunches pretty quickly.
There we go. So you also do funnel cakes?
We do funnel cake fries.
Funnel cake fries, okay.
Yes. So we have funnel cake fries that come with the powdered sugar, or you can put any type of topping. Some people do strawberry topping, some people do chocolate sauce. Traditionally, it's just the funnel cakes with the
But you can add on.
powdered sugar, but you can add whatever
You can add on.
topping.
The add-ons don't stop at this
No,
place,
they don't.
right?
We have everything you could think of for a topping. Now we're gonna try to cut it in half.
That's an overstuffed po' boy.
All the time. And I just put it all on the plate for everybody, so you'll have plenty. And an order of French fries as well. Get you some French fries. And do you like hot sauce?
Absolutely.
All right.
Well,
We will go
awesome.
sit down and
This
have a
looks
bite.
great. Let's go.
Thank you.
So Angela, thank you for having us out here today. It's been a fun-filled day. I mean, everything that you have to offer here is almost endless. From the arcade to the parties to the mini golf, the nostalgic food, the nostalgic games, the nostalgic candy, the po' boy.
I know.
It
we try to
does
have a little
not
bit of
end.
everything. Thank you all so much for coming by today.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. I'm ready to dig into this sandwich,
Me too.
listen to a song off the old jukebox.
There you go.
We appreciate you guys for tuning in today. I'm Trey Brownfield with Keeping It Local, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can wrap our hands around this.
Bon
thing.
appetit. That's a good sandwich.
Very good sandwich.
Hey, we're at the Old Town Soda Slop. All right, let's try that again.
Putt-putt.
Oh, it's mini golf. And that's why I said
The only reason is it has different rules.
And also something said art, K, I don't know.
Art.
Sound.
That's my Dalmatian coming out of me.
I had some kids kick some of my bricks off. I will, because look,
Which
they started
side did-
chipping on his face. I'm like, please don't hurt Barry. You see where they hit him? Here. Oh, you know those kids.